Well folks, don't know if you read that, it's the Armadale Round Town Path. It's taken by Hastie9 from Mayfield up to Duck Pond, right across the moss where I stood in a puddle. Well, you can not see it, the old samba soaking wet. I have to get that rectified. It's brought me up to Avondale football pitch up here. It's looking not too bad actually. Getting reseeded, don't know if it actually even gets played on. Look at laddies football in Armadale, it's usually at Wood Park or down Watson Park. Don't know if they use this. But anyway, about 5 or 6 years ago, we surveyed this for a West Lothian council. It was supposed to be 2 football pitches to the Sport Scotland standard. Safe to say, funds must have been channelled another direction, because the area you're looking at now, the trees, grass about 4 feet high, that was supposed to be a football pitch. Dear knows what happened to that cash. Only the councillors will know. Anyway, let's not get political, that's not what I'm about. Any stories for this park? Well, I suppose a story relating to this park. Years and years ago, back in the late 70s, early 80s, times were so bad that they actually had a dole league. Believe that one or not. I think there's a recession just now. Back in the late 70s there was actually a league for people who were signing on. Armadale had a fantastic team, some great players in it. Obviously a bit sad that they weren't working at the time, but great football players for the league. You Graham McCall, Exa Ballantyne, John Burns in goals. I don't know if Giorgio and James were playing at that time, before they started the shop. May have been. I was working in Edinburgh, which involved a lot of time off, a lot of half days with the council in Edinburgh. So I came back to Armadale a few times to watch some of these games. Some classic matches. Of course, as you'd expect from all the wee villages round about, there was local rivalries. One of the places people didn't want to mess about was up in Stonyburn. I ended up playing up there for years with the juniors. There's a few hardy lads up there. So they're boarding, the Armadale boys are boarding the bus for the minibus up to Stonyburn. And Johnny B, John Burns, was singled out for attention. He said, "John, whatever you do, don't start any bother up here. Please, don't start any bother." The bus was in a bit of panic, because John was known to fly off the handle a bit if he seen an injustice. Because big jokes like that, it's okay, nothing's going to happen. Believe me, there's not going to be any problems whatsoever. As the game started, the play was raging on down at the Storyburn goalkeeper end of the park, and a long clearance was booted down the other end of the park to where John B should be, but John wasn't there. Johnny had took an exception to what a Storyburn supporter had said, was lying behind the goals pummeling him. With his teammates looking on going, "Oh no, it's happened." Jock didn't mess about. He's a great lad, just didn't mess about. I think it worked out okay actually, because the Storyburn lads seemed to think that the boy Jock was pummeling was a bit of an idiot anyway, so they didn't take umbrance to that, which is okay. So at the end of the day, there was no harm done, and Big John regained his name as the hardest man in the Dale at that time. Great lad, Johnny B, now on the circuit as an Elvis entertainer. You can't whack that. Catch his letter, folks.